In 2020, the world was hit with a pandemic, and the Vietnamese government has decided to list certain essential items and supply them to the citizens. But menstrual pads were not given to the people because they weren't specified as essential. Hence, mothers and girls had to use baby diapers to get by. This seemingly comical situation actually hints at a darker side of our society, the negligence we have for women's menstrual cycle.
To all the women in this room, have you ever felt ashamed and embarrassed when having your period? And have you ever feel ashamed of having to throw away your used product in the public bin, worrying someone might see it?
And let me ask all the men here, what about the women's menstrual cycle do you understand? I would presume not much because we weren't taught this in school. Hence, we do not know anything about the women's menstrual cycle. I think this is quite unfair to our female counterparts. TruongBaoNgocTangVanHy is standing here presenting about menstrual pads because she understands them. She gets what it feels to be a girl. I am standing here, however, because I do not understand anything about menstrual pads. Hence, that hints at my ignorance towards women. And I think we're presenting here does not only help women, but also enlighten men, and this will create a fairer playground.
Single-use menstrual pads is the primary option for Vietnamese women to use during their period. However, have you noticed that there is no specific recycling process for this used product, even though it is different from other typical trash? And therefore, this will create a lot of harmful waste to the environment. We aim to approach this problem under 3 aspects.
Firstly, is the social prejudice placed on women. Because men do not care about women's menstrual cycle, the women cannot speak out. Hence, the disposal of menstrual pad is very unorthodox. And this leads to the second problem. Environmentally, trash in Vietnam is not neatly managed, and when combined with a menstrual pad not being separated, this will bring pathogens and pests and ruining the environment.
Capitally speaking, clean, hygienic, and safe products are usually costly to use at a daily basis. However, when women they don't have enough money use cheap products, there's no guarantee there's going to be cleanliness and safety. Therefore, more research and a better method must be implemented into the disposal process and into the products.
Hence, we propose a method, a modification for the menstrual pads themselves. Well, the inner pad, the thing, does not change, but the container, the plastic bag outside of it should change. We think that the bag should come with a zipper and a bold line that prints bio-waste, or in Vietnamese, chất thải sinh học, to indicate that it is a used menstrual pad. So when the thing has been used, it can be put inside, zipped up and tied. And all of the soiled products will be discreetly contained inside the bag, hence creating a safer way to dispose of them for the environment.
And at the end of the week, a collector will collect all the trash and will be able to identify the soil products properly. And then these products will then be sent off to a processing facility to properly dispose of the products, therefore less creating waste to the environment, and even allow women to feel a sense of privacy and cleanliness of the disposal process, since the waste is being discreetly contained in the zipper bag.
However, a modification alone will not make a large impact on the world. This confidence that women deserve to have comes from normality. Normality can only come from acceptance, and acceptance can only be derived from proper education. Men and women both should be educated nicely on this subject, and this will it will heighten the importance of the woman's menstrual cycle, hence spreading awareness and calling for action.
Think that your team have raised the idea that you have a zipper bag to contain the menstrual pad, but like it will increase the plastic waste, and plastic waste have contributed to the already a significant problems, and the additional plastic used for the container would only add to the environment burdens. And also that you said that the container will label bio waste, but it does not guarantee that it will be properly recycled. And without a recycling infrastructure, the products may still end up in the landfill. And also, instead of focusing on improving the disposal process of the single use of menstrual pad, I think that your efforts should be directed forward to promoting more sustainable alternative like menstrual cups or cloth pads to reduce the waste significantly and lower the environmental impact over time.
What we want to emphasize is that pads from the start is very hard to recycle due to many components that it had, like cloth, silicone to absorb the water, and the synthetic materials, and labeling bio waste won't help the garbage man to choose out what to recycle. And it have to have a special recycling site, a specific recycling site, due to how specific heat and pressure it needs. And yeah, this is what we think your idea is.
About the zipper bag, we have proposed that, in the typical menstrual pads, they have the pad itself and a plastic things that cover the sticky parts so that we can peel off. So we utilize that into the zipper bag, so there's no more plastic waste into the environment. So we utilize the plastic that's already being used.
And you said that the printed bio-waste line will not help separate. Well, we think that at least we're separating the menstrual pads, and women should have a bin specified for those and give it to a collector. Our method relies on an entire process. We're only zooming on one part of the chain. We are not capable of changing the entire process and the entire dilemma, but we are proposing a better method for separating menstrual pads. You ask us that, were we a girl, would we use a recycled menstrual pad? We say no, because we haven't mentioned anything about recycling. We're just saying that we should have a better way of processing and separating the menstrual pads to be sent off to a processing facility. Yes, we agree that we are not capable and we're unable of processing a menstrual pad.
And you're talking about how instead of pad, we can use other products. However, being in mind that we are talking in Vietnam, and in Vietnam, the primary option is menstrual pads. And in order to change it, it would take a lot of time and a lot of money because in the supermarket, they only mainly sell pads. And not all girls have money to afford other sustainable products like cups, and not all are open-minded to use them. So we change what we can now, and this will be a step to a more further development and sustainable development for others, people to continue.
We think generally we will not be able to create a big impact on the environment, but at least we can do something, and then we can separate these menstrual pads into different places for it not to create harm. We are not making a significant change, but we are bettering it, and this method is applicable. We, as students, are able to print these menstrual pads. It's okay for us to do so, not just relying on some big companies to do.